So I had to make some changes, and some changes I felt that was needed. Some I should have done probably a long time ago, but it all works out in the end. So on this journey called life, I was I made a promise to my dad that he told me before I started a family, ensure that I at least had a degree, which I did obtain a degree. It might not really be in a particular thing, but I end up doing something else after. But besides that, they were already skills within me. They were already things within me that needed to be birthed. Sometimes we need the encouragement, sometimes we need the guidance. And sometimes when that is not available, then life end up taking us on a journey and eventually bringing us to the point that we need to get to. So I've run away from organizing and decluttering, and I did nursing. And it didn't, it wasn't like my end goal, but I thought that was a way of helping others. I didn't know they had other ways. I would have taken those route at an earlier point in my life. I decided to finish something that I started. While recovering in 2021, I did not want to go back to the healthcare field because of what happened to me. I wanted to make a difference elsewhere. And then within that same time, God ended up giving me downloads. And I got so excited that on my birthday anniversary, I went and registered, and I thought, like, I did everything I was supposed to. I was so excited. And most people that I told, they weren't excited. They was like, who you think gonna pay you to do that? You need to go back to nursing. This, that, and the third. I wasn't discouraged. I continued to do what I needed to do. I went ahead and learned different stuff. And when I had to move, I put a halt on certain things. And God was showing me so many signs. I move or I listen to advice I thought was good advice, but I learned from it. With everything, there's consequences. How you call it? They had a lot, or I had a lot going through during the recovery phase, because sometimes there's some decision that was easy, and then there's some moments where it felt like I needed a shoulder to lean on. There wasn't too many shoulders to lean on, so I had to lean on God. But then when I chose to lean on others and take their advice, like, God showed me, like, those advice wasn't coming from him. It was coming from the enemy to try to get me off track. I decided to finish what I started. Remember, I decided to finish what I started. So I got into a program again. And I had this feeling that I wasn't supposed to. I had this dream that I was sitting in front of the lodge like I was in school. I look up certain thing and I was like, why? I'm like, it seemed like Freemason is involved, but I wasn't 100% sure. I end up saying, you know what, this is not it. So I decided to learn some business stuff. And to my surprise, it made sense why I was having the dream, or why I had that dream. I was supposed to ask God for more revelation, but I got revelation, all right. And I realized, like, if stuff is placed inside of me and I already had the experience with family, or should I say relatives, telling me what I couldn't do and what I could do and what I might not be or what I may not become. So that prepared me enough. Because if I could handle it with them and I could survive that, because that's the hardest thing to do, is getting the most pushback from the people closest to you. Then I didn't take that. I sure wasn't going to take it from strangers telling me what I couldn't become, telling me what I couldn't do. You'll realize how much people dabble into witchcraft, but you don't allow that to dim your light. You don't allow that to silence what's inside of you. So when people start telling me, oh, you can't do this, I said I will do this and I will do that. If God tell me I could be this or I could be that, who are you to tell me I can't be this or I can't be that? Who are you? I serve a mighty, mighty God, and the path that He has for His children might not be the regular path, but He do make a way once we follow Him. I felt so much out of alignment. Stuff was not feeling right. I said, this cannot be it. This cannot be it. So I decided moving further in education might not be it for me. You sit in a classroom with some disrespectful children, and I'm sorry, but that clock it thing and whatever tea, I'm sorry, it's a little bit annoying. It might be other people a cup of tea, but I'm like, it's bad enough, like, having an attitude like we're in high school, and then you come and clock it and all this kind of thing. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I feel like I came out of the Twilight Zone or something, because sometimes I feel like I'm in a whole different world. I don't know if it's just me. I'm not judging anyone. I'm just saying, I'm like, I'm not, I don't go with what's in season, what's in style, or whatever the case may be. Whatever floats other people's boat. And then having people who are teaching who want to use foul language, excuse me, that's on another level. I'm like, before I lose my soul and my sanity, deuces, deuce, I'm out. Peace be with you, because Lord knows I need peace in my life. And many might say, yeah, deuces is all. It's okay. To each his own. Yeah, I needed my peace and I needed my sanity. I was looking for God to just open his mouth and be like, no. Because I've heard him clearly like that before. But sometimes in different seasons, he used different ways. He's not always going to answer the same way. But I felt it clearly. So you know what? I said to myself, I was only going forward with my RN because it looks better to do the thing I wanted to do, not because I wanted to work as an RN. No, 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 no. That is not. I would have been a good one, but that is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people, but at another level. And I thought, oh, having an RN, they'll respect you more. It doesn't matter what you have. If people choose they're not going to respect you, then they won't respect you. So me going on hot my head all these years, wasting time, and the enemy fighting me for something I barely even wanted to do. Because I never expressed the reason I wanted to do it. I wasn't doing it because I wanted to make money. That was just an added bonus. That's just an added bonus. So, I'm breaking the cycle. If my grandmother was a well-educated woman, she didn't get to do exactly what she wanted to, because apparently in order for you to teach back in those times, you needed to be married. And apparently somebody she knew, their family member, run off with the guy. Kind of familiar. But she ended up living life, but still not to her full potential. I didn't even know all these fun facts about her. And that made me love myself even more. Because in this day and age, although there might be obstacles, we continue to push forward. We do not let the negativity of people hold us back. Because I see how the same faith almost had me. But God knows. He placed so much stuff within me that the Holy Spirit is a teacher. And He wants stuff to happen in our life that He doesn't want other people to take the credit. He moved me away from a lot of people because a lot of people were quick to say the reason why this happened for me or the reason why that happened for me is because they had part to do with it and they had no part in it. Someone answering some question when I was in LPN school, they claim say they helped me with LPN. No. You facilitated and assisted me with an assignment. I could have asked somebody else that assignment. God knows. He keeps me in a way where I can't be too close to certain people because He refused for them to take the credit. Sometimes I can't even take stuff from certain people because of the heart posture that they have. And He allowed it where certain people didn't even help me because they probably would have said, like, oh, it was because of them. And people get mad. Even if they help me, I'll say, thank God that He placed into their heart to help me. So with that, I even thank my enemies. Because of you guys who did so much juju, so much witchcraft over the years, I didn't end up being with the wrong guy. Thank you for that. If I wanted to finish the RN, I would, but I choose not to. So thank you for that. Because some of y'all have so much more than me and still miserable and upset for what I have. The peace of God is amazing. Hey, the peace of God is transformative, and the joy that He brings is everlasting. No matter what trials and tribulation may come my way, God is good. Everything was a learning experience. Because even when I was doing the LPN, I went through some stuff, but I didn't give up. And then I remember on graduation, they like this person told me like, oh, you don't give up, do you? So if I put my mind to something, trust me, I will do it. But I decided, why am I going to invest the time any longer? I look back and I'm like, I was in this trance for years. What I should have been doing, I should not have run away, but I did end up learning a thing or two. So I'm thankful for that. I did have a lot of experience throughout the years. So I'm thankful for that. But let God guide me in whatever direction He has for me. I don't need no accolade. I don't need no high degree in order for me to be who I am, in order for me to make it in life. God had to do so much things because wherever He's taking me, He want to make sure I don't have pride in Jesus. He want to make sure I don't have pride. He want to make sure I don't look down on others who have less than me. Nor do I praise anybody who have more than me. But I respect. I remain humble. But that remaining humble doesn't mean I don't walk in the God-given confidence that He gave me. No, 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 no. Sometimes when you walk in your God-given confidence, the spirit within other people will think that you acting like you're better than them. No, it's God-given confidence. Your insecurity is being exposed. And because you feel insecure about yourself, someone else having confidence within themselves is making you feel that way. So don't pass your negative judgment on people because you feel it about yourself. No, work on yourself, my dear, before you start passing those negative judgment. You might feel like, oh, you look better than the person, that's fine. But that don't mean somebody have to be like, oh, they look better than me. Da, 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 da. No, my dear. No, Tutu. Please. Let the person love themselves because God knows what they've been through. God knows what they fight in. They don't even look like what they go through. But many times people want you to look like what you're going through. Why? I must look like I went through the fire. I must look like I went through the flames. I must look like I probably went through all the disasters. Just like Job didn't look like what he went through in the end. But the description, it showed that he was going through some stuff. Sometime God will put us in a Job season. It might not be the exact same thing, but it will be in a way that people will want to tell you, oh, do this to make it. Do this to make it. No, 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 no. If it's out of alignment, or you know you're going to get in trouble with God, it's not even worth it. I'm not about to steal anybody clients. If a client feel like, okay, I have what they need, then it's okay. But I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to steal them. No. Where's my integrity? Hey, Jesus. I beg. So, yes. Thank God. May I continue to walk in whatever He have for me. Because nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. God is the only way. Hey, God is the only way. Hey. God is the only way. Hey. Nothing is impossible. He's the only way. And sometimes people will tell you, like, oh, God can't do everything. I know God can't do everything for me. But when I lead on my own understanding, you know the amount of licks I get? Hey. You, Jesus. Please. If I feel in my spirit I'm out of alignment, I'm out of alignment. And the last thing I need to do is lean on my own understanding or continue to lean on my own understanding. Yes, faith without works is death. But if the path I'm going in does not even look like the things God told me to do, then it's not the path. I felt so out of it. So out of it. And you know the crazy thing about it? I wish my Aunt Noreen was alive. She would be like the ideal person to talk to. And you know the crazy thing about it? I had a dream about her, but I rebuke it because I don't speak to the dead. No. Anybody from my past. Hey, Jesus. Backwardness no more. Hey, Jesus. Anything that is calling me back to my past, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. If there is something that in my past that needs to meet me in my future, it will meet me in my future. It will meet me in my future. But I don't want my dead grandmother giving me advice in my sleep. I don't want my dead angry giving me advice in my sleep. I don't want my dead father giving me advice in my sleep. I don't want my dead grandpa giving me advice in my sleep. I don't want nobody dead of mine or dead anything giving me any advice in my sleep. It's not from God. There is something I could learn in it, but it's not. It's not. It's not. So if they feel like, oh, she love her aunt so much that if she see her aunt in her dream, she will listen to her aunt. You lie, devil, you lie. You lie. You tell a bloody lie. So yes, whatever you meant to do, don't let family discourage you. Don't let others discourage you. Don't even let yourself discourage you, because self-sabotage is a big thing. And I know a lot of people don't want to think about it, but this world is more spiritual than ever. And if you're meant to change life, if you have a good heart, trust me, the enemy is going to use your family and is going to use yourself. So work on things so you don't have to, just work on things. Because when you get into certain emotional situation, you might not be able to think straight. Especially if you have a lot going on and you're not dwelling in the secret place like you should. You won't be able to make the best decision. And I've been guilty. Dry fasting is vital. Fasting is vital. very, very vital when it comes to hearing clearly from God. Yeah. And the enemy is banking on that you don't do it. Yeah. So have a blessed one. And don't be down on yourself. A lot of thing in this world is deep, and it's all like a web, because it all connects somehow, and it all makes sense. Just like the Bible happened years ago, stuff are being fulfilled in today's world. So whatever your plan is in life, move in silence, especially from the ones closest to you for a little bit. Unless if you feel comfortable. Sometimes if you're with the wrong partner, like I said before, there might be a plan from the enemy holding you back. So yeah, be careful. Have a blessed one and love you with the love of Christ. And don't give up on yourself.